Yo, what's good, YouTube? This is Jay from TNJ, and welcome to the Nashville Stars franchise. We sit here today at 24-11 here in season number 4, and this has been a lot of fun. You know, building the last few seasons has been a struggle, but we have finally hit our sweet spot this year. And we've done it with a mix of interesting players. We've signed a couple of free agents, but none that were like earth-shattering. Rafael Devers 2 years ago was a big one, but besides that, we have been able to build through the system. Guys like Kerry Doss, who won Minor Leaguer of the Year 2 years ago, he is absolutely coming into his own, hitting .317 OPS at almost 1,000. And then you have the Willy Adames signing, over 1,100 OPS. I mean, he is killing it. He's taken the shine away from the MVP runner-up in Rafael Devers last year, as he, I believe, finished actually third in the MVP. Also pitching, we don't have any like big name pitchers. We have Jack Ladder, who is now at an 81 overall, a potential, but he is still developing. He is actually 6-1 right now. But how about Kohei Arihara, who is at a 106 whip? He's going to have his lowest ERA of his career if he keeps this up. I mean, just a guy that is just a guy is turning into a really good pitcher for us. But this episode is focused on our ace, Troy Quincy. We drafted him with the second overall selection in our first draft. And coming off of, you know, a season where we thought he was going to instantly be a star. He won Rookie of the Year in season 2. He went straight to the pros after getting drafted. And we're going to check him out in this episode versus a very tough Seattle Mariners organization. They have a ton of guys. They have Julio Rodriguez, Bobby Witt Jr. they acquired in season 1. I don't know how they did that. They still have Ty France. They have Robbie Ray and Logan Gilbert manning the rotation. But I think the best player in their organization right now is Kyle Lewis. Look at these numbers. He hit .324 and .320 in back-to-back years. OPS over 1,000, and he's still hitting very well. OPS a little down to .932, but I mean, he is just absolutely killing the ball. They also have Jared Kelenic. Don't forget about him. Noel V. Marte was the top prospect in baseball going into this season. And then Edwin Gillette, who was the minor leaguer of the year last year. They have just a rich foundation here for their organization. And Gillette is just getting going. He's going to be very good. He's got some very good contact attributes. Also, coming off of last episode, I wanted to address the middle infield, and one position was second base that's really been struggling. I'm going to start Jimmy Sandoval today, see how he does in the lineup. He's going to hit last. He can run. I want to see if he can bring his bat around also to the MLB level. The pitching matchup today will be Logan Gilbert versus Troy Quincy. Quincy is at a 1.27 whip in 44 innings pitched. The ERA is really high. Hopefully that will get down as the season goes on. The first batter of the game is Willy Adames, as we are on the road here in Seattle. This is a 21-15 team in first place in the AL West. Adames hits one well to right field. This one, it's a leadoff home run. How many times are we going to say home run by Willy Adames this season? That's the question. It's funny. We acquired Devers last year. He had the best season of his career. Now we acquire Willy Adames. He's on his way to the best season of his career. It's 1-0 Nashville. Gary Doss at the plate. He hits one hard up the middle in a good play. Thrown on to first by Dylan Moore at second base for the Mariners. As that brings up Rafael Devers here with one out. And like I said, he's having a great season, but Willy Adames is overshadowing him. But he strikes out on that pitch. Maybe the biggest surprise of this season has been Taylor Trammell. He's moved up to that 4 spot, and he walks right there. As now that brings up Dom Thompson Williams, a channel favorite, at least a series favorite. He swings and misses at that one. Troy Quincy on the mound here for Nashville, facing a very tough lineup, an up-and-coming lineup. They are in first place also, so they're going to be good for years to come. Harrison Bader comes up after the ground ball to Willy Adames, and he hits one to the left side, and that one gets through. Troy Quincy is a strikeout pitcher. He does give up hits, but we'll see if he can get through this tough lineup today. That brings up the minor leaguer of the year last year, Edwin Gillette, as he does. Watch that one on the outside half, and it's going to be a called swing on that one as he appeals down to first base. As that brings up Joey Gallo to the plate. But look at this throw. Kurt Zambrano absolutely puts it on the money. Will get the runner going to second base. That's Bobby Witt Jr. And a great start here for the defense and Troy Quincy on the mound. Well, back on offense, here is Jesus Aguilar, who is having another good year, and he has just been a very good veteran for us in this series. I'm excited to see what he will do, at least closing out his career, I think. I think we're going to keep him around in Nashville, but I guess we'll have to see how things really go. Jacob McCarthy comes to the plate now with men on first and second base after a Kurt Zambrano hit. This one will be a fly ball to the warning track. He goes opposite field, and Jesus Aguilar almost gets thrown out going to third base. As that brings up Jimmy Sandoval, who gets to start today. He hits a grounder to second base, and this one will be two. It's a double play as Nashville cannot score in this inning. As Sandoval, playing second today, does ground outs. As that brings up the Seattle lineup here in the bottom of the third inning. This is going to be a shot over the left fielder. That's McCarthy, who weirdly plays that ball. It bounces off of the wall and bounces a couple of times. McCarthy is a terrible fielder. This is the trade-off that you have with him, which is why I can't play him out in left field too much. Next batter up, that's going to be Bobby Witt Jr., who goes to right center, and that one will get to the wall past Dom Thompson. Trammell gets it in, and it will be an RBI double here for the Mariners. And they are on the board. There's now still no outs here in this inning. That's going to be Harrison Bader. Hard ground ball to Devers, but he fields it cleanly with the backhand and throws a hard throw over to first base. Bringing up Edwin Gillette to the plate. 0 for 1 today. Make it 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. That one was located right on the corner. As now that brings up the next batter here with 2 outs. Ground ball to short. And Adames with a strong throw will get the runner. Seattle does get 1 run across the plate. Taylor Trammell comes up in the top of the 4th inning, hitting .252 on the year, and that one was right on the edge of the strike zone. And he goes down looking, bringing up Dom Thompson-Williams to the plate. Outside fastball, ball 4. So now we got a runner on first. Dom Thompson-Williams has some speed, so we will try to swipe this bag on this play. And here is Thompson taking off, and he will get in time. Jesus Aguilar hitting right behind Dom Thompson-Williams is such a good 1-2 combo right in the middle of our lineup. Those two can really do some damage with their bat as he hits one to the right side, and that one will move Dom Thompson-Williams over to third base. So now we have a runner on third base, bringing up Kurt Zambrano, who was already 1 for 1 today. Can he make it 2 for 2? And he hits one down the left field line. That one will get by the third baseman, and it will be a double here for Zambrano if he gets in there, and he does. Going in head first, and now it's a 2-1 ball game. Kurt Zambrano coming through for the Stars. Jacob McCarthy up to the plate. He actually is a very good hitter versus right-handed pitching. And one thing, like I said, that is not good with him is that fielding. I mean, he is absolutely terrible in the field, but he can't do anything at the plate. On to the 4th inning. Troy Quincy settling down a little bit. Here's a ground ball to Devers. That one will be a nice throw to third. Bringing up Julio Rodriguez to the plate, and that's a swing and miss. Troy Quincy has such a lively fastball. It sneaks up on you. It's about 96. It can get up to 98 when he needs it to be up there, and that brings up the next batter with 2 outs, a fly ball to Dom Thompson-Williams playing in his old stomping grounds. Devers up to the plate here in the top of the 6th inning. Here's a drive off of the top of the wall, and that one will be a double for Devers. And Devers is, like I said, hitting well this year. His 9th double of the season. Can Taylor Trammell, the former Seattle Mariner, bring him in? This is a low pitch in the strike zone, and it's hit well up the middle, and it looks like we will hold up Devers at third, but Trammell will get to second on the throw home. So runners on second and third, why even risk it there with no outs? And we have the guys you want up at the plate, Dom Thompson-Williams and Jesus Aguilar. Thompson-Williams hits one to the left side. That one gets through. So back-to-back Mariners with a base hit here to start this 6th inning, and we do get on the board again. It's now 3-1. Thompson Williams has been just amazing for us in this series. I'm so excited that we found him. Bringing up Jesus Aguilar, outside pitch, and it's just a slow ground ball, but Bobby Witt Jr. doesn't go to second. If he would have went to second and maybe got the force out, with Jesus Aguilar's speed, he probably would have got that run, got a double play. Kurt Zambrano comes up with the hard liner up the middle, and Bobby Witt is there again. A good defensive shortstop, bringing up Jacob McCarthy, but Seattle's thinking about the bigger picture here. They're going to walk him, load up the bases for Jimmy Sandoval, who was 0 for 2 today and is very unproven. So why not put him in this clutch situation? But he just hits a ground ball to second, and Seattle will get out of this inning. One thing I want to see from Sandoval is maybe that clutch rating. It is a little higher than the other second base alternatives that we have on the roster. That's including John Dumont and also Shea Wickham. But our ace, Troy Quincy, really showed up today, and he has some pretty good pitches. Remember, he learned the sinker from David Price when he was at the MLB level. And I'm thinking that more and more as I get into this game and deeper into these innings, Troy Quincy really only uses 3 pitches, and that's the sinker, changeup, and the fastball. But here he gets a ground ball to third, and it will be a double play, getting us out of this 7th inning. Nice turn. That's a 5-4-3 double play. As we move on to the bottom of the 8th inning, facing Dylan Moore, Troy Quincy is rolling today, and that one will be a pop-up to short left field. As Troy Quincy almost at 110 pitches in this game. He is pitching a pretty good game. But here we have 2 outs, bringing up Bobby Witt Jr. to the plate, who has the only RBI in this game for Seattle. And an easy ground ball to third should get us out of this inning, but the throw is offline. That one should have ended the inning, but Devers took his time and threw an off ball. And now we go to Harrison Bader at the plate, but Troy Quincy is gassed. That was going to be his last batter either way. So an error extends this inning, and it brings in Austin Pruitt out of the bullpen. He was an all-star in season number 2. Facing Harrison Bader now, and he leaves one over the middle of the plate, and Bader absolutely crushes one, and that's what baseball is all about right there. You have an error, you got to capitalize as an offense, and Bader does it. That absolutely sucks. I was trying to get Troy Quincy a win. Now he will have the no decision 4-15 to left field. As Austin Pruitt tries to get out of this inning, now with a runner on first base, he actually walks the next batter, but he does get a ground ball out to Jesus Aguilar. As we move on to the 9th inning, this is Jimmy Sandoval at the plate. He gets one right over the middle of the plate, and he cannot hit that one out. It just hangs up in the air. You can't get a much better pitch than that. Gary Doss 0 for 4 today, and he comes up with 2 outs, and it's a fly ball to center. And this one going to the bottom of the 9th inning. And we will go to the bullpen and bring in Robert Suzuki, who was, remember, once that guy who I thought was going to be the next great thing at closer. I don't think he's a closer, though. I think he's a good relief pitcher and a very good setup man. I don't think he's much of a closer, though. But you can just see right here, he gets the double play ball right there as Jesus Aguilar steps on first after the line out, bringing up Dylan Moore now with 2 outs. Man on first base after Suzuki walked the next batter, and an inside cutter, 96 on the gun. We're going into extras as they bring in Matt Brash, who is actually appearing in his first action at the MLB level today. Jacob McCarthy 0 for 3 today. He hits one hard to left side. That one will be caught. You know, McCarthy hits the ball pretty hard when he does make contact. I like that about him. We'll see what type of role he's going to have with us. But that brings up Adames with 2 outs, and it's another swing and miss. Bottom of the 11th inning, this is Edwin Gillette at the plate, and he just struck out 4 times in this game after that one. Wow. I can't believe we struck him out. He's got like 99 contact pretty much. Bringing up the next batter with 2 outs, and it's just going to be a ground ball to Adames. And how about our pitching staff coming in and absolutely shutting it down? On to the top of the 13th inning. This is Dom Thompson-Williams, who is 2 for 4 today. How about 3 for 5 versus his former team? Take that, Seattle Mariners organization, as Dom Thompson-Williams has really turned into one of the best hitters on this team. Just pure hitters. I mean, he just hits to all fields, and he starts this one out with a single in the top of the 13th. But that brings up Aguilar, who continues to hit the ball well. Those two back-to-back are excellent together, and Jesus Aguilar drives in Thompson-Williams. He comes all the way from first base to score. It's now a 4-3 ball game here in the 13th inning, and that was on a 3-2 pitch as well. Jesus Aguilar got a good hold of that one. Kurt Zambrano to the plate now. No outs in this inning. He already is 2 for 5 in this game. Can he have a 3-hit game? And this pitch is over the middle, and it's hit to left field. We're going to hold up Aguilar with that low speed, and it will be runners on the corners here. Still no outs in this inning. Just remember that. We have a lot of baseball left in this inning. So we'll see if the Stars can come through now and start to manufacture some more runs. We're in a good scenario, and that one will just be the first out of the inning. Now that brings up Jimmy Sandoval with 1 out. He goes the opposite field, and he drives in a run. There you go, Jimmy. And that will be his really first meaningful hit at the MLB level in his first career start. He does have a 1-hit day, but I like Jimmy Sandoval. He's a guy that I drafted back in season 1 in the 3rd round. They bring in Eric Swanson, and he will face Willie Adames, a guy you don't want to face coming out of the bullpen right away. With a runner in scoring position, he is hitting .333, and Willie Adames will swing and miss. So now with 2 outs, that brings up Kerry Dawson, 0 for 6 day. 3-2 pitch with 2 outs, and he smokes one up the middle. That one will drive in yet another run, making it a 6-3 ball game. This has been a long 13th inning here for the Mariners, and Doss gets one when it matters. Bringing up Rafael Devers with runners on the corners here. 2 outs, 3-1 pitch is going to be inside. And that brings up Taylor Trammell to the plate. 1 for 5 today, hitting in that 4 spot, but a 1-1 pitch on the outside half. He just gets some wood on this one, and it gets over the first baseman. We will send 2 home, and both will be safe. An 8-3 game here for the Nashville Stars. We have straight opened this game wide open, and it looks like the Nashville Stars should be able to hold on in this one, as that brings up Dom Thompson-Williams. We're still getting hits in this one. He gets a good pitch to hit. It's just a fly ball to right field. But you got to love the offense here for Nashville this year. It's a lot of excitement. As we move on to the 9th inning, Pablo Moya facing Harrison Bader. This one could be the game. Ground ball to second. On to first, and it will be a game-ending double play. As Pablo Moya is just money this year. And we get the victory here. 15 hits in this one. A lot of at-bats. I mean, a whole lot of at-bats. Troy Quincy had a very, very good day. He pitched 7 2/3, gave up 6 hits, but 0 walks. I'm happy about that because I think that's one thing that I've struggled with him is walking guys. But we come out of that game with absolutely terrible news. Kerry Doss has a broken ankle. He's going to be out for 2 to 3 months. So our first major injury of the year comes by way of probably our future star in Kerry Doss, and maybe even our star right now. He could be the star. I don't know. But he was heading for an all-star season. I feel bad for him now. He won AL Rookie of the Year last year, and now he's going to hit the IL. And he's definitely probably not going to be an all-star now. Well, we need to look at replacements here. We have Isaac Plumbo and Tyson King. I'm going to decide to move up Plumbo. But Buddha Bless, who has been in kind of a reserve role, he's going to have to step up here. He's hitting .316 this year coming off the bench with his bat. And I think that he's going to have to be a platoon player at the least. So he's going to be in that DH spot. He's going to hit at that 5 spot now versus right. Dom Thompson-Williams moves into the top 3 batters now. I liked him at that 5, like right in front of Jesus Aguilar. But now he's going to have to move into the top 3 because I'm going to need to still manufacture runs. And I think that he's a really good hitter, so you got to move him up. And then looking at who's behind Buddha Bless, it's going to be Jesus Aguilar, Jacob McCarthy in left. I am very, very hesitant about putting McCarthy in left field. We'll see how it goes, but his defense is absolutely terrible. But versus left-handed pitching, I'm actually going to platoon, like I said, Shea Wickham and whoever else is at second. Right now it's going to be Jimmy Sandoval, and Shea Wickham's going to hit second in this lineup. And then Taylor Trammell drops down to number 5 in the lineup. Kendrick Franklin Cole, I still want to give a chance to, but I might actually switch him and McCarthy from left-handed to right-handed because Kendrick Franklin Cole has very good contact rating versus right-handed pitching. So we'll see how that goes. We go into a matchup versus the Boston Red Sox, and you read that right. They are 8-30. This is one of the worst Boston Red Sox teams I've seen. And what's funny is that they have really high overall guys. I think it's just their pitching is so bad. Who knows? We look at the debut of Isaac Plumbo being moved up. He's going to get his first at-bats here at the MLB level. He has not seen MLB pitching before, just in spring training. So we'll see how he does this year, if he adapts well or not. But I'm going to get him some at-bats. He's one of those guys that is one of those tweeners. He's not good enough to be an everyday player at the MLB level. Even being a bench bat, he could be. But it's really one of those guys you have to see. Is he going to be a lifelong minor leaguer? Is he going to be an MLB bench bat? Does he surprise some guys like Dom Thompson-Williams did? Who knows? But we're going to have to try him out. Speaking of Dom Thompson-Williams, he comes up to the plate here in the 6th inning. This was an interesting hit here. I wanted to show you guys that. It hits off of second base, and he beats it out, and it's going to be an RBI single. That was one of the funniest hits I've had all series long. So on to the 8th inning. Isaac Plumbo is 0 for 3 today. We'll see what he can do in this at-bat. He hits one hard to the left side. That one will be a laser, but caught in left field. Boston will blank Isaac Plumbo in this game, but we blank them. They go no runs on the board, and we end up beating them 4-0, 10 hits to their 6. I don't know what's going on with the Boston Red Sox, but they are just, like I said, maybe it's their pitching. They're just not doing well at all. So heading to the end of the month of May, we go on actually a massive losing streak right in the middle of our schedule here. We actually lose, 6 straight games, and we end up, dropping 2 or 3 from Toronto. So we drop to 32-21, then get to this 4-game set versus the Angels. We win 3 straight there. So at least we get back on track there, winning games. But we get our first trade offer of the season, and it's going to be Patrick Mazeika for Dallas Murillo. I cannot say anybody's name today. Well, why would they want Murillo? Well, he is an on-base machine, and I think they just need help at the MLB level just getting on base, and he is kind of a tweener and one of those guys that maybe has a lot of value right now. We have third base alternatives, so I'm not opposed to getting rid of him, but Patrick Mazeika is not a guy that I really want. He's a catcher, and we have catching depth right now. I'm not really too worried about our catchers, and he is 31 years old. If I did not have maybe Zambrano, I would probably make this trade. But seeing the guys that we have Alfaro, who is not hitting well, but still I like his speed and his defensive ability. We have Kurt Zambrano, who is still an excellent contact hitter. And then Brian Lacker coming up. So we have 3 good catchers. Just in case of injury, we have some options there. So I decided to negotiate with them a little bit, and one guy I want to look at is Julio Pablo Martinez, who is a 29-year-old outfielder from Cuba. And I need another outfielder. Our outfielders are just not doing well right now. At least our corner outfielders aren't. I would say Dom Thompson-Williams is hitting the ball well. Taylor Trammell in center field now. He's a full-time center fielder now. He's doing well. But in left field, it's definitely a question mark. We have KFC and Jacob McCarthy out there. We don't have a guy that is a good, consistent hitter. And why not just take a flyer on Julio Pablo Martinez and see what we can get out of him? But I did not make that trade yet. I want to see what you guys think first. But we are 37-23 before the draft episode. So we have been really, really good. We are the top wild card team. The Blue Jays are just amazing right now. I don't know how I'm going to catch them, but it's definitely possible. We were right there with them last episode. But we will continue to win games, I think, as long as our offense keeps coming around. And we'll see if we will add Julio Pablo Martinez to this outfield core. Because we have a couple of guys here. Jacob McCarthy is hitting pretty well, but his defense absolutely is terrible. James Wood is at AAA. He's actually hitting the ball well at AAA, but remember, he started out, had 47 at-bats and could not get a hit. And then Enrique Bradfield Jr. is just not ready yet. I had to move him down to AA because he was struggling at AAA, and I didn't want him to regress or at least stunt his growth. So he's down at AA right now, but I think adding another outfielder would be smart. So here are the ratings for Julio Pablo Martinez. Like I said, an excellent fielder, a good runner, and he also can hit. So at least I could just platoon him. But we'll see what you guys think. I want to know what you guys think of that trade. Just another third baseman who's just a depth guy in our organization for possibly a rotational outfielder. So that's going to do it here in this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm having a lot of fun with Nashville. And next episode, you'll get to see the draft. I will reveal the draft prospects from last year also. So a lot of things going on next episode. You guys will get to see our young guys also. So that's going to do it today. Hit subscribe. Hit that like button. Stay tuned. Let's get it. Let's go.
I hope the rain don't